Blarla.
I'll probably move this path at some point, but help them travel a little bit faster. Help them travel a little bit faster. So here we go. They can then stick all their resources that they're building up over here onto this stockpile. And I'm wondering, do I build a barn for now? Because I don't want to build this market yet. But it's like, well, where's all their food and that coming from? Their nearest barn is going to be here, which is a long way away, you know. I think it's just the way it's going to have to be. It means that production over here will be very, very slow for a long time. To be honest, I'd probably be more keen on getting this up and running with this. See, again though, school is very far away for them up here, so it is very problematic. It will take them a long time to get out of education. Marketplace, we're getting there. We are getting there. Not every house is going to have perfect placement, you know. I just can't get a school or anything close to it. That's just the way it's going to have to be. It's just the way that it's going to have to be. Which schoolhouse we've gone? One. Excellent. So we will be gathering all this. So there's the marketplace. I think we are going to pause this. Shall we? We could see, couldn't we, if they will prioritise the stockpile. And we prioritise the stockpile? This would be great. If they could start using this stockpile, it would help an awful lot of travelling. You know, the travelling's already bad enough. So at least get a stockpile up and running over here. My thinking is that if we could at least get a school running on this side of the hill, that would help, right? Save them having to walk all the way to there. You know, this is much closer for them. Over here, you know, so it's worth doing, I feel. Education is so important, for goodness sake. We've got to do this. The only thing I don't think happens is that if a student moves into this house here, I don't think they change schools to their local one, which in my mind is a bit bonkers, to be honest. It's a bit bonkers. I'm going to pause this house for the minute and prioritise this school. But it's nice that we're finally building in this area. I'm looking forward to finding out what this is going to be our capital. I'm looking forward to finding out what this is going to be called. I really am. It all comes down to who moves into this house. Ooh. It might even be Cecilian name. It might be. That's pretty cool. Capital name, Cecilian, I would say. Around 2 times. I don't like to rush it. This can fall apart very quickly, you know. I think playing it on fast, I know that playing it slower probably isn't quite as exciting when you're watching, but the main priority here is to be successful, is to get to 1,000 population, and you know, to do that, it's sensible to to play it at a slower pace. You know, if you speed up time and rush things all the time, you are going to miss things, and stuff will happen without you really noticing it, and before you know it, everyone's starving, freezing to death. You know, you can't be silly about these things. Can't be silly about these things. They're on their way back. Fantastic. So we've only had the one death, haven't we? Which was our girl. I hate death in childbirth. I only wanted to see old age deaths. For the most part, we will see old age deaths, but you know. What's going on here? What's going on here? Oh, they're putting resources into the school. Fantastic. You see, our labourers are starting to go up, which is wonderful, because we're going to need them to sink into well, the school that we're building, but also the docks, the fishing lodge that I want to put up. You know, so it's good that they're building up at the moment. That's the point, right? So what's going on with... Got 168 meat in there at the moment, so it's not amazing. 157 meat in there, so it's not the best. It's not the best. And at some point we will bring in another forestry hub, maybe 1 or 2 forestry hubs down here, to help support all this. It's important. It's very, very important. Where is everybody? We've got all the wood. A little bit of stone is required, and then that's it. And then we're ready to actually build this area, which is amazing. Do you know what I think I'm going to request for this stone to be cleared out? It's bothering me. Is it bothering you? It's definitely bothering me. All these are houses down here. This is all housing. And there'll probably be lots of housing here, lots of housing here. I'm not quite sure. This will probably be a combination of housing and maybe some other business. Depends what we need when we expand this way. But I do have a rough idea of what I'm doing with the map. So across here, I'm thinking this will all be pastures. This is all going to be pastures, and we'll have cows and sheep and chicken here, and chickens. And then down here, this whole area, because it's beautiful, big and flat, is probably going to be all crop fields and orchards, because here we're probably going to be setting up our massive brewery. So we'll probably have quite a big town over here as well eventually. And then there's all these beautiful places for sort of forestry hubs around. You know, it's very important, I think, that when you get a new map, that you have a good look around and you have a good look at it, and not only decide what type of town you're going to build, but you know, you have a look around and pull out buildings and measure up the rings and sort of see, would this fit nicely here, would this fit nicely here. I went round and I checked all sort of really great locations for fishing lodges and stuff like that, and you know, it's worth doing. And you don't want bridges or docks interfering with fishing lodges, by the way. Absolutely not. You do not want that. That's bad. That will reduce what you're bringing in. It definitely will. So the school is going up, but before we employ a teacher for this school, we'll build the house here first, because we're hoping, what we want is the teacher to be living here, of course. That's what we want. Where you are going? Where you are going? What's Drew doing? So, a forester. Drew is a forester. Okay. Herbalist. So, I've had 3 children now. Look at this. Alice had 3 children. Her eldest really needs a home. God, our capital might actually be called Cecilian. I really quite like that name. What's going on here? We have come to a full stop. I don't like it. Let's get the resources poured into this house because it's just worker here, isn't it? It is just worker. Once this is up and running, will I want to do the dock or will I want to do this fishing lodge? Because I'm thinking maybe the fishing lodge because the fish might help pad out the meat a bit so that we can stockpile more of this meat. Might do that. We might show interest in this fishing lodge, which will include a storage barn, which will be really important, and then housing. We probably won't build both houses right away, just one to get this fishing lodge up and running, I think. And then we're going to be interested in building our trading post, one house, and probably as well this well. That's what I'm thinking. This is the plan, I think. This be the plan. And because look at our labourers, isn't it great? Isn't it great? In fact, we could probably afford to put on a second builder at this point, which is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. They're still doing great. They are still doing great. I don't know where the builders are. But they are getting on my nerves a little bit. Faster! Okay, so we've upped the priority. If we just up the time. I'm just trying to get a bit of action over here. Well, but when I do speed it up, I keep such a close eye on all of this. It's so important. The wood is looking great. The firewood, it's always at sort of max there. What we might do is actually up that limit shortly. There is our school, which we're not going to... I'm going to get this house up and running first. I was saying that, we could, couldn't we? We could. Let's stick a teacher in it now. So that if a child moves into here that's close, they've got a nice local school to go to. Which I think is fairly important. What's this? This is our firewood, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, let's stick our firewood at 400, I think. Stick that at 400. We don't have a crazy leather problem or anything, or a crazy iron problem. So I'm happy with our tailor and blacksmith. Food is going up. Which is wonderful. I like it when food goes up. Come along, we need houses. We've got people that are in desperate need of homes. Okay, so they're getting close to building that. What we'll do is we will unlock this fishing lodge, the barn, this house. What we'll also do is build probably just a temporary stockpile. Just a small one there. Temporary stockpile. So they can deal with what they want to do over here without having to travel too far. Right, come along now. Come along now. Let's build this. It's enough faffing about. Been doing an awful lot of faffing. I'm tired of it. There's our small stockpile that was over there. Excellent! Cecilian. There we go. So our capital is going to be called Cecilian. Oh, I love it. What a fantastic name for our capital. Nice looking house too. That we have stuck next to the school, and you can see there. Oh no, Cecilian is a student. I bet she's at the other school as well, right? The one that's really far away. I thought the teacher might come here. It will. The teacher will eventually. They do move houses and move to sort of more convenient locations and that. So eventually the teacher will indeed move here. Why the tailor is here is beyond me. I mean, the tailor is now living so far from home, it's ridiculous. But they will jumble their jobs and sort it all out. What was that now? Stone is low. Yeah, well, isn't it always? Shall we see about... what have we got? All this stone. Got some stone here as well, if you want it. So, our next port of call is this fishing lodge, which I'm hoping that this little fishing area will not only keep this number rising, but means that it'll also help our meat levels rise as well, which they actually, to be fair, are going up, right? This is amazing. This is, look at this, look at this. This is exactly the sort of thing that we want to see. Yeah, so these guys, they're still a little bit odd because of the setup. You know, you can see here, this is still a young forest. It needs a lot of work, although I tell you, the Gather is doing really well over here. It's no doubt the Gather is doing really well over here. So this is our area of interest. We've got lots of iron over here, don't we? How is our iron actually? We could do with a load more iron. So I think we might just put a mining request on this iron. Actually, we've got, look at all this iron over here. Oh, 100. Oh, that's my fault. Let's cancel. Let's cancel those orders. Cancel those orders. Sorry. Oh, that's stone. We want that. That was. I'm so silly. I'm so silly. So the fishing dock is ready to be built. As I say, we're only going to build, I think, one of these houses for the moment, just so that we can get some fishing occurring in this dock. And what's nice about this little setup, of course, is that they live here, they come fishing here, and they put their fish in this barn, which they can also eat. And eventually labourers will then start filling this barn up with other goods as well, which will be nice. So this will be a very efficient fishing dock, and you know, it's got a good amount of water on it, surrounding it as well. Uninterrupted water, you know, there's no bridges, there's no docks, trading docks, so it should be a pretty good functioning fishing lodge, fishing dock, definitely. We are expecting it to do well. There is no doubt. Okay, now, yes, this is ready for, just make sure this is got plenty going on. The stone, we do have enough stone for the barn. We don't have enough stone for the house, as always, but we have requested a lot of stone to be mined up around here. We might have to start moving further afield. How much of this stone did we ask? Because So that might be a good stone to go for. So our fishing dock is up, and we're going to stick 2 fishermen on it, and then actually our food limit, I'd like to up to 10,000. 10,000 food is where I would, around 10,000 food is where I'd start considering this marketplace. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, please hit that like button. As long as you are here, why not check out one of my delectable videos available? Feel free to come stalk me on social media and be sure to share this video with friends so even more may watch my schizwa. See you next time, peeps!